Hey guys, and welcome back to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Chequered Show, and alongside me I've got Matt, I've got Ethan, and I got Dan the Mole.
Dan the Mole. Dan and Mole.
Dan and Mole, sorry.
That's fine.
It's our first guest on the show.
It's
Holly. Holly. No.
Oh,
she wasn't a guest, she was a permanent host.
Permanent host.
Oh.
I could be a permanent host.
This is your trial shift.
Trial shift.
He's on a one right. He's on a run rate.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Should we do what we did with all of us at the start and ask how he got into F1?
Can we get your
all that stuff?
How did you get from one?
Give us a little fact find.
Yeah.
Give us a little portfolio.
It was mainly at the
name
weekends.
age
Name age team. That's
Name
it.
age
I
team.
was going to go on a
and then how you got into
40
F1.
minute.
No, we want to hear the waffle.
Yeah, go on. Name age team.
Right, here we go.
How you got into F1? Boom.
Name Dan. Age 21. Team Red Bull.
Oh.
Team McLaren.
That's better.
Yeah. Anyway, so I wanted to go like Toys R Us on the weekends, right? When I was a kid, and I'll go up to Mum, I'll be like, "Oh, can we go to Toys R Us because it's Sunday?" And she'd be like, "Oh, no, sod that, the F1's on." I'd be like, "Why are you watching F1? That's boring." Then I just started watching it with her. It was more in 2016 with Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton.
Prime time.
Yeah.
That was, to be fair,
That's when I got
2016
into
was one of the best seasons.
That's when I got
That was so good.
I just remember hearing Mum and Dad shouting downstairs at they hate Lewis Hamilton.
Oh dear. We got a big fan right here.
Been big fan.
Yeah.
The biggest
Don't
fan.
have me- don't have me in front of
Die
that.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, well they can't stand the guy for some reason.
I used to be that way, but now I don't mind him.
Well,
I thought he was arrogant when he was younger.
I used to be the exact same with Max. I couldn't stand Max, but I couldn't care less now.
I
I
used
loved
to
when
think
Max-
Lewis Hamilton was really arrogant, but now I've realised that it was just the the GOAT mentality. Like, you have to kind of be slightly arrogant to be the best.
It's been like Ronaldo as
And
well.
aggressive.
Yeah.
And aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go pussyfooting around corners, can you?
No. If you see a gap and you don't take it, you're no longer a racing driver.
Yeah, exactly. So should we get into talking about the Austrian Grand Prix? First of all, I want to talk about qualifying. Lando Norris was on pole by 0.5 of a second.
What a lap.
I didn't know what to qualify.
Yeah, I don't think they
I did.
picked that up enough.
Yeah, that 5/10 is like such a big margin for pole.
I've seen like Max going around the track, and then the presenters are all like, "Oh my god, he's putting the best lap of his career here." And then after Norris put in that lap, they barely even mentioned it.
I know, it is a very good lap because as
Half a
well,
second around Austria.
Piastri's been really good at qualifying recently. He's had some very good results, and then he beats him by 5/10.
The thing is, Piastri though, he couldn't do his final lap because of the last corner with Gasly going off. He got caught by the yellow flags, but I still don't think Piastri would have been pole. I think that lap by Norris was absolutely perfect.
Do you think it would have been close though, like the margin?
Yeah, he'd been closer,
Probably
but I
about
don't.
3/10,
Like a 10th or 2, but I don't think he was being on par. I think Norris was. I guess overall the weekend as well, he was just on top of Piastri all weekend.
Same with
Yeah.
Max. At the end of his lap, he got impeded a little bit by
He had to.
spin,
Chris-
but he gave Bortoletto a little bit of a slipstream down the thing, Antonelli down the thing. So that actually ended up hindering him a little bit.
Okay, you're looking at me to add so I did not watch qualifying. So
Come on.
But the thing is, what I found interesting with Horner afterwards, who was saying that Max's lap would have been gotten P3, around about there.
I don't know.
I do.
I don't know if
I'm not sure if it was. Obviously, they have more data than what we do,
It
but-
seems clearly the track sped up a lot in those last laps. Like there was clearly a lot more grip, and they were able to find more times. Lando got lucky, but I would say with Lando, we saw a different thing with him over this whole weekend. Like he kind of
Stepped it up.
I don't know what it was, but he just was like, yeah, this is my weekend. I'm winning this.
He always goes well around Austria, I find. Like
No, but it's not
last year-
even that. It's just like the whole mentality. When Oscar was fighting him, I'd have thought he'd be a bit nervous of him coming around the outside and stuff because, you know, what happened just last week or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember when it was. No, he fought him well. He kept pushing hard against him, and that's what helped him win. And he said after the race that he felt like the old him was back. I don't know what that means, but that's what he said.
People on social media say that sometimes he just goes into the race weekend looking sad. And then they say if he goes into the race weekend looking sad, then he ends up having a poor performance. If he ends up doing well, he top free practice 2 and free practice 3. And I think that just gives him the confidence to go into quali and top that as well.
Yeah.
As soon as he's done that, he's fine for the race.
I feel like he
If he gets knocked at any point in the weekend, I feel like that's just his confidence dropped. And then he doesn't end up doing as well as what he did in Austria.
I don't think it's even a thing of want though. I think it's a thing of need. Like he knew he had he knew he had to do well this weekend.
Your teammate, you need to.
And he's dropped that gap to what, 15 now?
15 now. Yeah.
So that's very That's a very marginal gap. He can definitely make that back up.
I was saying to you like a few days ago, the constructors is wrapped up. There's no way. There's no way McLaren do not win this.
Yeah.
Oh no, aren't they already 100 points clear or something?
It's
or more.
Yeah.
It's Red Bull's out of the top 3 now as well.
Yeah.
That's not surprising though, because Ferrari and Mercedes have a better car than them by far.
After the years they've had of been so dominant, I'd say yeah.
No, so obviously,
it is quite surprising.
Going into the season, it's surprising, but the way they've been performing, it's not surprising because
driver, isn't it?
But even so, Mercedes and Ferrari have been quicker than Max in the last few weekends because they've both bought upgrades. But obviously, Mercedes didn't go well around here. I know Antonelli obviously had the thing in the first turn, but Russell was really nowhere as well. I think they just didn't really have the pace around a track like that.
It's the hot weather. Mercedes don't go well with the tyre wear. It just melts. And they don't go well.
Should we talk about the Antonelli
Yeah, should we
thing?
go into...
It's genius.
What strategy?
Just doing Russell's dirty work for him.
Mate, can you imagine if that was the other way around and it was Russell? Because obviously after Max went up to him, he's like, it's all right, don't worry, like we all made these mistakes. If that was Russell, he got hit.
It'd have been swingers.
Yeah. I love how just because he's a rookie, he treated him with like loads of respect.
Yeah.
If that was anyone else on the grid,
Top 10 respect moments.
It was a bit like do you remember the Bottas bowling situation?
Yeah.
It was pretty much like that.
I was surprised he didn't hit more cars because he did just go.
I saw a few come off at the time. I was like, that's 3 or 4 cars out. It was just Max and him.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what he was doing so deep. It was like me on like my first time playing the F1 game. I just go down, don't brake, smack into the side of someone.
I didn't think that Max was going to be out originally, or Antonelli, because they didn't look to have much damage. Like they were both very unlucky to go out because they hit just the wrong point. Because I think it was basically the 2 wheels just collided, and if they'd hit slightly different, they probably both could have carried on.
His wheel pretty much just crumbled. So
yeah, but if they'd hit slightly differently, I think it would have just been both the front wings, and then they probably could have carried on. But they just got unlucky with where the contact was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now Max has lost his point streak from like 3 years.
Yeah,
it's 2024, I think, or 2023.
Yeah. Oh.
It might have been Australia 2024, I think.
Yeah, 31 race point streak.
That's it. That's where I got the 3 from.
And then I think it's like 74 out of the last 75 races or something insane like that.
Like that is nuts.
It's I think he's got the second highest consecutive points, consecutive finishes in a race, not necessarily finishing the points behind Sir Lewis. Only about 6.
Sir Lewis.
Does it actually call him Sir Lewis?
This guy is absolutely milking it.
Every week.
If my mum was in here, she'd be slapping
Sir Lewis. Is Sir Lewis going to win?
Another guest for the show.
Dan's mum.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about next?
Just have a face off between Dan's mum and Rhys.
Yeah, so let's going to go on the race. Norris won the race. Piastri put a little bit of pressure on him in the first stint, but
did Alpine really fuck him over, as he said? He said after all these years, Alpine found a way to fuck me over. Did they?
No, I didn't ever see a way, even with the whole impeding with Alpine and stuff like that. Norris was always going to win that race. He was in control of it. The only time Piastri really had a chance to overtake Norris was when Norris made a few little mistakes. Apart from that,
or when Piastri locked up and almost took him out of the race completely.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how close you were to a Leclerc win there and a Hamilton PT?
Did you predict Leclerc last week?
No.
I swear one of us.
We can get to the predictions later. But I just thought Norris was always in control. I don't think there's any way Piastri was getting past him unless Norris made a massive mistake. He made a few little mistakes, but that was it. It was a pretty solid win by Norris.
I mean, his start was actually pretty good for one.
It's shocking, yeah. To be fair, he has been better this season overall.
I thought his start this race was actually quite good.
Yeah. He's improved them. He has worked on them, I think.
Could have been a bit more tactical though, if I was him. I think he blocked off. What was it? He blocked off.
Was it Leclerc?
Leclerc way too much, which let Piastri go behind him.
So if he'd
done it a little bit differently, it would have had Leclerc behind him for
at least 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, but that could have been tactics to get his teammate up with him.
Yeah, but you much rather have Leclerc behind you for a couple of laps.
Yeah, because it gives him a gap. He knows that Piastri can overtake Leclerc, whereas he probably would go.
I was playing devil's advocate.
all right. All I'd say though is I think that if Norris wants to give himself a chance, he has to win Silverstone, in my opinion. It's his home race. He's got the home backing. Obviously, Lewis more so probably, but Norris will have the home backing.
Grandstand, though.
Yeah. But Norris will have the backing, and if he beats Piastri, it's a 8-point gap then?
That 8 points, yeah.
That's very small. He could easily make that up, I think. But then if Piastri wins it, it goes back to 22, and yeah, it's momentum really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think good race from the McLarens. Should we just talk about Red Bull quickly? Obviously, absolutely abysmal day.
Where was Tsunoda? He was at 14th.
He finished last, and he
15th.
absolutely wiped out Colapinto.
Was he not 16th?
No, he
I thought there were only 15 finishes.
He qualified 17th, and then 4 cars DNF'd in the race, and he finished.
Yeah, he started P18 and he finished.
Really had a.
What was it? One of our questions we did first DNF.
No, penalty.
First penalty. I don't think there was one, was there?
There was penalties, yeah.
Did Antonelli's count as a penalty because it's for next race or not?
I'll get into this.
Okay.
Because I want to.
We did talk about Science's absolute.
Oh yeah, his car just literally blew up.
Science just
It's the wrong kind of on fire.
He hated the car in qualifying. He complained about pretty much every single element of the car, and then it got to the race, and his car didn't even start on the formation lap.
I sincerely hope
and it just set on fire.
but he does not become another Danny Rick. I could see Carlos Sainz becoming like the next Danny Rick, where like he's always got the pace, but he never gets that really fast car.
Well, he has had a pretty shocking start at Williams, and then this is just kind of.
I don't know. He's got points, and I know Williams are having their best.
Shaky.
Yeah, but Williams are having their best year in a while. He's joined the team at the right time, I think. Because next season, they keep saying we're building for next year, and this next year is coming.
Well, I mean,
no, but they've been saying it's for 2026.
I hope they're building a car next year.
No, but
they're not building the car for next year.
They're saying like the last 3 seasons they've been saying 2026. That's what we're building for. So hopefully next year Williams have a good car. I'm a big Williams fan. I like Williams.
Hopefully.
So I want them to do well.
But yeah, back to Red Bull. Yeah, so Verstappen out on the first lap.
Completely his fault as well.
If there was any hope of a title, I think that's kind of.
Did you say it was completely his fault?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Right.
I know. I'd get someone.
Always Verstappen's fault.
Race bait of the century.
Yeah, I'd say deduct 10 points for Ocon.
Yeah, to be fair, probably
10 place grid penalty for Ocon.
No, you
Do
can't.
you boys agree with the penalty that Antonelli got for ramming into Max?
Yeah, I mean,
3 place grid penalty.
it's a rookie.
Well, you're trying to say it should be harsher.
No, I'm saying it should be less hard.
No, it's a rookie error, but like it's still ruined
as well.
You just took
someone out though.
Yeah,
it's a rookie error, but it's still a big mistake. This costs someone a lot because Max would have been competitive in that race.
I mean, I don't think he should have got points on license.
That's what.
Maybe not points on license, but the 3 place grid penalties completely fair.
Do anything to him.
I still think he should have got penalty points.
Unless they prove that it's mechanical, because there's suggestion that it might have been the car.
We just locked up.
I think
because I think so. But Toto suggested that there was something wrong with the car. Like,
of course he's going to say that.
No. But there was because Antonelli said I don't know what happened because he said he pressed the brake gently and it shouldn't have locked up, but it did.
He also said post race in an interview that he accidentally accelerated instead of decelerated.
Wait, what? Did he? I didn't see that one.
Problem, yeah. Like, but yeah,
what a muffin.
He accidentally
How do you at that level of driving think? Oh, do you know what? I'm going to press this one to brake instead of that one.
Yeah,
you can't. No, that doesn't happen.
He just had cold brakes, cold tires, and then he just
I think he should just retire.
That's literally what he did.
Antonelli to retire.
Yeah, I think.
Why? You're just not a big fan of Antonelli.
I love Antonelli.
No, I actually really like Antonelli.
I think he's great. He's so good. I think he'll win a world championship.
Yeah, definitely what I want to watch. I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's having a decent season so far. I think he still needs to develop himself a little bit more.
Liam Lawson after the P6 massive.
I was literally about to say. That's really what I was about to say. Should we talk about Lawson? Because Liam Slowson finally got some points.
Yeah. Started P6, finished P6, had Alonso behind him, just held on.
It's a good race.
Very strong race from Lawson. I still think Hadjo will have it over him for the rest of the season, though.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a one-off, but the thing with Lawson this season, he's very much struggled in qualifying, and that's where he's had those issues. Hadjo's had good qualifying, and that's where he's able to get into points. For the first time this season, Lawson has had a good qualifying, starting P6, and he's produced.
I think the car's got decent race pace, though. It does perform decently.
But yeah, Lawson's just been messing up in qualifying, getting knocked out in Q1 when Hadjar's getting to Q3. Those certain things where it's just not going his way. And right now there is pressure in that seat with Lindblad in Formula 2. There's that pressure from him. Could it be him going to that seat next season? So the pressure really is on Lawson at the moment, who looks the most likely to drop from that seat. Unless
out of those two drivers, I'd say Colapinto's are most likely on the grid to drop because
I'm saying, but
I'm not sure about him.
Within that V-Carb car, unless they say Tsunoda, you're going to go back to the V-Carb. I don't know how
they can't change the Red Bull driver again because mate, it's just roulette at this point. Like if they give Hadjar a chance, I would do anything to turn that down. I'd say please don't put me in that Red Bull and get out of V-Carb as soon as you can and get to any other team. Because you don't want to be in that Red Bull Driver Academy.
No. I'd like to be in the Red Bull Academy because they give the best opportunities to be on the grid. But yeah, to be in that Red Bull right now, you don't want to be there. The only thing is that in 26, will Red Bull provide a stronger car? They're with the Ford engines as well. So
just depends if they keep chopping and changing their team.
Yeah. Well, look at the drivers they've made out of Red Bull. Albon made out of... was it AlphaTauri at the time, didn't he?
Albon was Toro. So
and then he's now managed to go on and be better. Who else has got out of it? Ricardo. Ricardo looked good when he got out of it. Science has been better since he got out. Gasly's been better since he got out. Pretty much. Every driver who's got out of Red Bull has done better and then every other one who's stayed has either lost their seat or been stuck in that second seat.
It's just because it's so cutthroat.
Yeah. Bring back Checo. He was doing a decent job.
I would really like to see what would happen if Vettel gets the helmet Marco role because I think that'd be really interesting, and I like Vettel a lot.
I really like Vettel.
So spoke about V-Carb. Shall we go on about the Ferraris? Had a strong weekend, P3, P4.
Well, this is your speciality.
Yeah, you love Ferrari at the moment. So Lewis.
Yeah. It was a strong weekend among I think the new floor upgrade, and they had a diffuser as well. I think there's more bits coming at Silverstone as well. So hopefully that does a good job.
Well, which will be stronger, the Ferrari bottle or Hamilton at Silverstone?
Hamilton's the king around Silverstone. So
but his Ferrari bottle is so strong.
Got it this year, right?
What?
Would it be 10 wins?
Yeah.
10 wins at Silverstone, which is...
in my opinion, I'll go on the record and say this quite comfortably, there's absolutely no way he wins it. Perhaps a podium, if he's lucky, but there is no way he wins it.
I think the McLaren...
You're going to look like a right absolute...
Oh, I will, I know. But I'll put it out there now. There's absolutely no way Hamilton wins Silverstone because the McLarens are too good. Norris has so much...
he wins it now.
Norris has so much to prove in front of his home crowd because he's never won Silverstone, I don't think. Has he? No.
Who?
Norris.
No.
And B, he needs this for the championship. He's going to be driving for his life out there. Yes, Lewis is good around Silverstone, but the Ferrari's just not good enough.
Yeah, just take everything said.
If it's
you say with the crossing the line.
If it's cold, Mercedes will be faster than Ferrari as well, and it's England. It could be very cold.
I mean, it's raining today.
If it's raining, Mercedes will be better.
There is forecast for rain on Sunday.
Oh well, then for sure Ferrari probably won't win. I mean, Lewis is good in the rain, I know, but
I'm going to Silverstone.
Are you?
Yeah, I've kept my eye on the weather.
Aren't you both going to Silverstone?
I'm not.
I'm not going to Silverstone.
Oh, I thought. Who's I speaking to that wasn't?
No. Jamie's going to Silverstone.
It's meant to be sunny Thursday, Friday, rain all day Saturday, rain all day Sunday. That's what it says now.
Well, that should be
but
interesting.
a week ago, it said it was going to be sunny the entire weekend.
Yeah, I think it's one of those Grand Prix where you never really know. It could rain half of it. It could rain. It could not. But we'll see.
We saw last year when the rain came in at Silverstone. It just threw everything up in the air, and we had a really.
Well, Grand Prix is better when they rain, in my opinion.
Yeah.
100%.
Unless it's like Belgium 2023 or whatever year it was.
2021 when we didn't actually.
I'm petrified that I'm going to experience that when I go this year because I'm going to Belgium in a few weeks, and if it does that, I'll be severely pissed off. Can we talk about steak, by the way? Well, not steak.
Can I finish?
Yeah, what's your favourite cut?
I say my
medium rare,
Medium rare.
Don't mind a sirloin.
I look like a medium rare kind of bloke.
Cheers.
Can I just finish off with Ferrari? So I couldn't get cut off. Ferrari looked really strong. Hopefully, fingers are crossed that in Silverstone they can have a stronger weekend. The car does look much better. I think Silverstone's going to be a good track to see how good those upgrades have been. But yeah, I think Lewis said after the race that he was just happy to not be a minute behind the McLarens. and I think they were 15, 16 seconds. They weren't too far.
Oh, so close to a win.
Yeah. So no, but they're much closer to the front.
It's almost a quarter of the track behind the McLaren.
Well, when you think about that, yeah,
because the track's so short.
Yeah, but that's probably why the margin is so much smaller. But yeah, Lewis is still complaining about the brakes, lifting and coasting, balance and stuff like that. So there's still a long way to go with that Ferrari, but it's taken the right steps forward, I think.
I think he hates the team. I think he hates the car.
He should not have left. He should not have left Mercedes. That was the complete wrong decision.
Do you still reckon they'll win a race this year?
Ferrari?
Yeah.
Yeah, they will. They'll win one. They'll get lucky at one.
No.
If it was any one of them to win as well, it would be Charles.
I think Charles will win one. I don't think Lewis will.
I just think the McLarens are so strong at the moment, and it takes a really good performance for another driver to win. Like what?
Yeah, but they might crash into each other at some point.
Well, yeah.
That could happen
the other week.
But that's what I mean. I think also look how close Piastri and Norris were to crashing into each other at Austria. Again, they nearly touched because Austria locked up.
I'm going on the basis that they're going to crash into each other. If every car finishes, then I find it hard to see any other team winning other than the McLarens. Maybe Max at a few races, kind of dependent. But yeah,
I think Leclerc gets to win.
I definitely see Lewis on the podium this year at least. I definitely see Leclerc continue to get podiums because he's got 4 or 5 this year already. But a win, I don't think they're going to win this season.
You don't think? I think if Ferrari are to win,
I need to see what these upgrades are like going into Silverstone and whether they are the right upgrades. But I just don't think so. I think the McLarens are so strong.
If Ferrari do win, it will be Hamilton around Silverstone or Leclerc around any other track. Hamilton won't win. No, Hamilton won't win anywhere. Hamilton would no, but what I mean is Hamilton will only win at Silverstone. He wouldn't win anywhere else, and Leclerc could win anywhere if he gets lucky. I think Monza's obviously always a good bet, but I don't think they'd win somewhere like Spa. I think Mercedes would be too good around Spa.
Lewis has always been strong around Hungary, so I don't.
Maybe
I wouldn't come out.
But McLaren, I think, will be very strong around that kind of a track.
Yeah. Should we then go on to
Sauber?
Both drivers in the points. P8, P9. Bortoleto.
Amazing.
P8 to P8, but really slow drive. Hulkenberg started last and he finished P9. What a drive!
Yeah.
From that Sauber team.
I mean, he did get a bit lucky because of the crashes in front of him.
He got lucky.
I think he's always been a really good driver.
Yeah. I mean, you can only race.
He gets overlooked because he's never got a podium.
Just always been sort of
I want him to get I want something ridiculous to happen to him to get a podium before he retires because that'd be so good.
Yeah, no.
But I think Bortoleto is getting slept on because Antonelli's obviously like in Mercedes, so he's like the best of the rookies. And then you've got Hajar, who looks very quick. But I think Bortoleto is probably just as good, if not maybe slightly slower. But
I'd say he's better than Hajar.
I think Bortoleto's.
You think?
I think Bortoleto's
for that reason.
I think Bortoleto's definitely got a good future in F1.
It's just a shame he's with Sauber.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But if he gets promoted,
Sauber next year they're going to be Audi. They've got good people at that team. I do.
Going to say if he stays for Audi, you never know.
With Audi next year, they've got Jonathan Wheatley. He's a good guy. The team principal at the moment.
Good guy.
Have you met him?
Huh?
Sound bloke.
He's a sound guy. He's a chill guy.
No, I do think Bortoleto's got a strong future, like as much as Hajar, because he's been slept on a bit, but he's good.
But it all depends what Audi produce next year.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the same for any of the rookies and any driver really on the grid. Like it just depends what the team produce for them. But I think Bortoleto is a quick driver.
Yeah, it really depends on the engines next year. The engines are like basically if you've got a really good engine, doesn't matter kind of what aero package, you're going to be so strong because there's like 50% electrification and stuff like that. So it depends on what Audi can do with that. But yeah, just a really strong. Ever since Barcelona, they've got 3 consecutive points finishes.
Yeah, they've started to improve. I don't know what it is, but they've got a lot quicker.
They're bringing upgrades into Silverstone as well, so they're continuing to progress as well. But yeah,
If I was them, I'd stop putting work into this year's car, bin it off, and focus on next year.
They're getting in points. No?
But then they're not gonna. They're not going to compete like high level, but they are now starting to get to the mid pack of the midfield, rather because I wouldn't say now there's
better than being at the bottom.
I wouldn't say there's a slowest car now though.
Alpine,
maybe Alpine.
Yeah, well, they're driving tractors.
Alpine, by far the
okay, maybe Alpine, but then after if you take them away, I'd say all of them like 5th to 9th are all basically the same
but
pace.
very
It
much
just depends on the
circuit
weekend.
dependent, it all changes.
Because I feel
Which is good to see.
Sauber could be the quickest out of like the bottom 8, like if you exclude the top 8, or they could be the slowest in that pack and be 17th and 18th. It all depends on the track.
You know, I see Sauber getting stronger. Just building momentum going into next season. And it's a thing as well. I know lots of people say, "Oh, like, yes, we'll save the save it on this year. Don't do anything in the year. Just focus on next year." Win a Cost Cup era. It doesn't really matter though. Just you're all capped at a certain amount anyway. It doesn't matter about money and resources you have for next year. It doesn't really matter. So I hope we see Sauber kind of continue on that track.
I miss Marcus Ericsson in Sauber. I like Marcus Ericsson.
Why do you want Marcus Ericsson in
No,
Sauber?
he just came to my head. I really like Marcus Ericsson, and I like the blue Saubers. I like them.
I like the 2017 livery was nice. It had the gold.
I quite like this one, to be fair.
No, I like this one, but I prefer
not a huge
the
fan of the
OG
green.
Sauber.
You're not a fan of green.
I don't know.
The trees are green.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind the
life.
racing green on the Aston Martin, but
No.
not that sort of green. Is that vomit green? Like the
Nice.
the emoji.
It's lime green.
Or the lime green or whatever.
You don't like limes?
No.
Thrilling.
Yeah. So
What a conversation.
Great chat.
Should we move on to Silverstone
I think
now?
I've gone over everything. Yeah. Let's move on to
We've
Silverstone.
basically talked about literally every team now, I think.
Yeah. So should we go on to Silverstone?
Where's your predictions for Austria? Should we look back at what we said?
Right.
I don't even know.
I don't think I had one because I don't think I was here.
Okay,
No.
This is a discussion between us now.
Yeah.
Well, it's about us, but you can tell us how stupid we are.
Right. Overall, so
Well, it was just you two last week, wasn't
it was just us.
Yeah, we just did a 2-man.
Two-man team. I didn't get full picture of the actual points.
Lovely prep.
But right, so I got 1 point for getting.
Oh,
1 point for what?
So I got 1 point for Norris winning the race.
Congrats.
And that
Yeah.
was it.
What a prediction.
That was the only one you got right.
Yeah, there's only one. I got
Oh, I
right.
shouldn't talk yet because I don't know what I got.
Yeah, so I said Verstappen pole, which you didn't. Norris, Verstappen, Piastri as your top
I
three.
can see my order.
And then
Got more points.
I said Sonoda to finish P8.
What?
And I said Lawson to be first penalty. So I only got Norris winning
Who
the
was
race.
first penalty then?
Right.
Are we classing it as Antonelli?
Right.
Even
the
though
first
it's
driver
next
to get a
race?
penalty was Yuki Tsunoda, right?
For what?
For the crash with Colapinto.
Oh.
But technically, the Antonelli crash happened first, but it was only awarded the penalty after the
Did
race.
either of us say Antonelli or did either of us say Tsunoda?
You said Antonelli.
Well, then I'm counting it.
You said Antonelli.
can ref
but
it
the
if you
penalty
want.
was the
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm leaning-
surely Antonelli.
No, but the
Well,
penalty
I'm
was
just-
applied
It happened
after the
unbiased.
no.
It happened
it's
first.
whoever gets a penalty first. His penalty was applied.
No,
after the
but he
race.
did the thing first.
Well, no.
But if it's when they get the penalty,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. So if someone gives away a penalty and they push someone over and they get a red card, the ref stops play, he gives them a red card, and then he points to the spot after.
Yeah, but this
What was
is-
awarded first?
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't football, bro. So
Yeah, but still, but I'm talking about
Matt-
disciplinary action. Oh,
you're literally winning the predictions anyway. I think.
yeah, but I want to
yeah,
win it
yeah,
by.
yeah.
So-
I want to smoke this guy out the water.
You are at the moment, to be fair.
what were my predictions?
Because you said Norris pole,
Genius.
and then Verstappen to win, Piastri second, which Piastri was second,
genius.
and Norris third, Albon to finish 8th.
Where did Albon finish? Not at all, did he?
finish, I think.
what happened?
Oh well.
4, 5, 6,
Oh,
and 7.
so it's
We just do a
Oh,
random position each
oh,
week.
the,
just-
Who finished P8?
Oh,
A
okay.
random one. Stupid fact.
What's the letter?
Was it
Stupid
Bortoletto?
fact.
Bortoletto, nice.
Oh, was it Bortolet? Yeah. I will say that from that one then.
And then
Arsenal-
and then
Arsenal.
Antonelli did get the first penalty, but I'm not being given the point.
Yeah. VAR.
No.
No goal.
Damn it.
No point given.
Still beat
Yeah,
you.
but you got 2 points.
Yeah, that's
I got
decent.
1. So with
2
that,
out of 5. 2 out of 5.
with that now, you got to 9 points.
Oh yes.
29.
9 points,
Oh,
and
9.
I'm on 4 points now.
What's Holly on?
She's on 4. So
And she's done about half the weeks that you've done.
Yeah, surely.
It's a
what's
marathon,
the week's
not
Should I not be, lead host?
Huh?
Oof.
Wow.
Joking.
You're going to kick me
Taking
out
a
of
show
the
off
seat.
him.
No, to be fair,
Oh, yeah, it was a bit cutthroat,
the funny thing
it's like Red Bull.
is, exactly. No,
Jesus.
he knows more about F1 than me though. He's just not good at predicting things.
You know.
Yeah. Well, clearly not.
You know much more than me. I would say.
Do you want to get the
Yeah,
knife
I
out your
said-
back while you're there as well? For that? You know.
But yeah, so 9 points for you, 4 points for me, 5 points behind. Come back.
Is there going to be like a forfeit for the?
Yes.
What's the
Yeah.
forfeit?
We don't know yet. We'll
Okay.
decide.
I think winner
I think there should be
decides.
a weekly forfeit.
Well, it's probably going to be the guest one.
What?
Huh?
Have you not done the guest predictions? Because
Nah.
me and Ronnie 1 week.
No, but what you did it in covered for me and then Matt.
Cool.
and
Yeah. I think that's
So-
why I'm so high above.
Probably.
Yeah.
Silverstone though.
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
Who's going to win? So should we just get straight into the predictions then, and we can just talk about
Yeah.
the race from
Go on
there.
then.
So what I've done for this week as the 2 random ones. Let me.
It better be British related.
No.
Oh, come on. First one to pit and eat fish and chips.
Oh, yeah.
So I've gone with who's going to finish P12
Okay.
and the 3rd fastest lap of the race.
Oh, come on. The third fastest.
3rd fastest lap of the race.
Fuck's sake. Right, well, Pete.
So you're going to predict yours, you're going to predict ours. Oh, what? We do Hollies?
No, because.
Oh, yeah. Do you just want to combine?
We'd
Yeah,
like
you
to
combine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you just make your own one.
first.
Right, poll. Who's
Get time
poll?
to
They can get first. They can
All right, poll. I'm gonna say will be Norris again,
Okay.
Boring.
mate. That's why I'm 9 points on 9 points.
Shall I do poll? You do winner. You do winner of the race.
Go on.
Okay. Poll. Yuki Tsunoda.
What?
You're going to go Yuki on pole?
Well, do you have to do the forfeit if you lose?
No.
Oh,
It'd be Holly.
in that case, I'm going to go George Russell.
Oh, cheers.
Just on ball.
She did that just to fuck me over.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers,
That
man.
was-
No, you know what? George Russell's like a better shout than Yuki Tsunoda release.
No,
Well,
I
yeah.
wasn't being serious with Yuki Tsunoda. I just wanted to put
Oh.
him in the mud.
Oh, well, to be fair, who did I put in the mud? And I said Ocon.
That was me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been.
So,
Oh no, we were all here that week. That was you.
yeah,
Yeah,
four of
yeah,
us.
yeah,
Wait, that was an
actually,
audio.
yeah.
No, well, I just went, Ocon on pole, then Ocon to pit first, and
'Cause he gets damage.
Yeah,
Who are you putting on,
And driver of the day, you said.
who,
as well.
Oh, yeah,
who are you
driver.
putting on poll then?
On pole, I've been thinking who do I think is going to win.
Do you want to tell us?
yeah.
I'm gonna go with Max. I think Max would. I think Max will have a
Max,
shot
yeah, no,
this weekend.
fair enough.
If it's going to be raining as well, that's Max territory. I think go well there. The car does better in high speed corners, sort of track
Yeah.
as well, which will benefit the Red Bull. So I
Cops
think-
and Abbey should be good for them.
Yeah, exactly. So
Cool. P1, P2, P3.
Who's going first?
Oh, we'll go Norris. Then because you put Russell, we'll go Russell.
Sorry, I feel like I've
Go on, make
put
it.
a spanner in the works.
Make it 3 and go 3
Right,
British.
We'll go.
that hasn't happened since 1963, by the way.
1963 was the last time that happened. Christ.
Actually,
All but is
standard
it
knowledge, to be fair.
US Grand Prix, I think.
I'm gonna go.
P3.
Wait, who you said
Norris,
P1? Russell.
Russell.
And who you saying for P3?
take it away.
I think Piastri's going to DNF,
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
bold.
and then I think Leclerc's going to slot himself in.
Leclerc.
Wow.
Okay.
I'll say Norris to win from pole, Piastri to come second, and I'll say Hamilton third because he does well at Silverstone.
Yeah.
I'll give you some
Sweet.
sympathy.
P12.
I'm. Oh yeah.
He hasn't done
I-
P1
I-
to
I-
3 yet. Come on.
Slow down. Yeah, I think Verstappen will back it up, and I think he'll win the Grand Prix. If it's going to be wet, I think
think
he'll do
Verstappen's
well.
gonna win?
I think Verstappen will win. The
Wow.
Grand
Remember, you got 1 point last week.
Prix. Yeah.
I think Verstappen's been like getting worse and worse though.
No, but I think
Like,
I tried to like so.
No, I didn't. He put him on pole.
Oh,
I put Norris on pole.
Yeah, I'm going Verstappen on pole. I think he'll win the race as well. And then
Crazy.
I think Piastri second. I don't want to jinx Lewis, so I'm not going to put him on the podium because I really want it to happen.
proper sense.
Mate, this is how much of a fan he is.
So
I don't wanna jinx
so
Sir
then
Lewis.
I'll go with Norris third.
Lovely.
Not even put
P12.
Sir Lewis on.
P12.
Go on, put Sir Lewis there. Sir Lewis to come 12th.
Ollie Behrman.
Ollie Behrman, yeah. I'm going to go for Liam Slowson. After a P6, he'll finish P12.
I think Behrman's getting points at Silverstone.
Yeah,
So I'm not going Behrman. Should we stick Sainz there?
Yeah, I literally just said
Re-
something to my head.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well,
In sync.
Wow.
There you go.
Jeez. And then third fastest lap of the race.
Third fastest. I feel like this could be someone really random though, because like they might just pit near the end because they get damage or something, but they're not good enough to go fastest, so they'll get like third.
Third fastest.
This could be literally anybody.
It could literally be anyone actually.
Should we give Sonoda a chance?
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to give Sonoda a chance.
I'm gonna say Charles Leclerc.
So I'm going to chuck Lewis in the third. First fastest lap.
Who's Lewis?
Hamilton. Hamilton.
Who's Lewis Hamilton? Who's Lewis Hamilton?
That guy that's won 7 more titles.
Is it not Sir Lewis Hamilton?
Yeah, come on.
I'm
Respect
trying to,
him.
okay, Sir Lewis Caldoson Hamilton then.
Sir Lewis
what
Hamilton?
named it.
Oh my god!
I think I do
Government name.
He has an OB or MB. I don't know which one. I can't.
Oh, I can't go on like this.
It can.
It can.
It will.
Yeah, and it will.
Yeah, third. So I said Hamilton. You said
Leclerc,
and you said Sonoda. Okay. I think that is everything. Any final thoughts going into Silverstone?
Where do you actually think this is going to come then? I want to know.
I hope. Well, my thing is more of hope, not where I think is actually going to
It's
finish.
so fed up.
Yeah, you don't can't see, but Kian behind the camera just wants.
I just heard a. Lloyd, how long has this gone on for?
39 minutes.
Oh, perfect.
Well, we can continue going on then.
No. Where's Lewis going to come? Tell us.
No, I don't know.
Thing to end the show.
Well,
No,
it's either you pick 4 to.
as you did to Tom in the gradient show, I will push you for an answer.
I'll go P4 then, but yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
You think P4? That's his prediction.
Yes.
Cool.
Heard it first on the Blue Podcast Network. And thank you guys for watching this episode of the Chequered Show.
Cherry match.
Make sure, exactly. We've got a charity match coming up at the M Group Stadium.
Literally next week when this comes out.
Literally next week. So if you haven't got tickets already, £5,
Do it.
just be there. It's going to be a good event.
What else are you going to spend
And-
£5 on?
Exactly. Why not come down? It's what?
Well, it's cheaper than a meal deal, so there's that.
Exactly.
It's cheaper than the premium Sainsbury's meal deal.
Exactly.
And
So
a car one, for that matter.
yeah. So make sure you tickets are in the Instagram. Make sure you follow the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube, all that good stuff, and we'll see you on another episode. Peace.